Hey everyone. So today I want to talk about the topic of shame and self-judgment and insecurity. And this is something that I dealt with a lot growing up, especially in college, in high school as well. And I think it actually started maybe as early as middle school when I started getting teased for being fat in school. And the repercussions of that is I built up a lot of insecurities around myself, kind of my weight, the way my body looked, and those insecurities stayed with me for a long time, and ended up spilling out into a lot of different areas of my life. So what I want to talk about today is how can we move past this place of feeling unworthy, feeling like we don't deserve love, like we're not worthy of love, uh, and move into a place where we feel that sense of self-confidence, feel a sense of of worthiness from within, where we really love ourselves and treat ourselves with respect and dignity. And for me, the way that looks in terms of how I cultivate that in my life is through meditation. And it works just by starting to change the stories that you're telling about yourself. So a lot of the mental habits that we have, they're like deeply rooted trees, trees that have roots that go way deep down, especially a lot of these early childhood things like insecurity, self-doubt, a lot of things that stem from trauma. They're very deeply rooted in the mind. And so the way to change that is not by changing some external aspect of our life. It's not like if you then get a good job, then you'll instantly start to feel that sense of self-confidence. Because these things are so deeply rooted, in order to kind of deal with it, you have to go down to the root of the issue. And so it doesn't matter kind of what external stuff you do if you never work on the root issue, on the internal issue. So for me, that's what meditation is about, particularly this quality of mindfulness. And sometimes we talk about the four foundations of mindfulness and the different kind of categories that you can apply mindfulness to. And one of the foundations of mindfulness is the realm of mental phenomena. So just looking at and being aware of what are the thoughts and stories that are going on, what are the mental phenomena that are occurring, and can you observe them non-judgmentally? And here that, this quality of non-judgmental awareness is really important because most of the time, we're judging our thoughts. We see something that's going on in the mind and we don't like it. We say, I don't want that. Or we see something we do like, we say, oh, I want more of that. So what mindfulness is, it's more about seeing what's occurring and turning towards it with kindness and curiosity. So when you start to see some of the insecurities arising, instead of judging yourself even further for feeling insecure, which we talk about sometimes, this is like the second arrow in Buddhism. So instead of judging yourself for being insecure, which just makes it worse, what we do is instead we turn towards that insecurity with kindness and gentleness, and what we're doing there is we're learning, we're cultivating that kindness, cultivating being gentle and being kind-hearted. And over time, that kindness in the mind strengthens, where we start to speak and act and think more from that place of acceptance and kindness. So this is what we're doing in mindfulness. When you sit down to meditate and, you close your eyes and you try to count your breaths, whatever it is you're doing, and you notice that, your mind is just wandering all over the place. And you start to judge yourself thinking that, oh, I'm not concentrated enough. In the moment that happens, see if you can notice it and just say, oh, it's okay. I don't need to judge myself for this. I can just observe it. Oh, okay, distracted mind. Distracted mind. And it might continue for minutes or hours even. The point is that we're cultivating kindness in every moment. So that's how we can start to step into a place of more self-confidence, more security, is that we're actually changing the way that we relate to ourselves in our mind. So I know a lot of you out there are dealing with things like shame and insecurity, perfectionism. A lot of these things stem from those issues of just not feeling worthy. Like seeking some external validation. A lot of perfectionism, we're seeking that, like, we need it to be perfect because we want everybody to love us and to like us. And a lot of that stems from this lack of feeling worthy within ourselves. And so if we can learn how to build that from within, that changes everything. It changes your whole life because you stop seeking validation from outside of you. And instead you learn how to give validation to everyone. You learn how to love people, including yourself. And that's one of the most profound things you can do. So that's my little tidbit on shame, insecurity, unworthiness. And I hope it's been helpful. This is another day of my 2-week YouTube challenge. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.